Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Leo, and we are live in Prague. This city is absolutely blowing my mind, and I'm so hyped to share this adventure with you guys. We're about to hit up the 10 spots you absolutely cannot miss when you're in this magical city. Prague is like stepping into a fairy tale, with its cobblestone streets, stunning architecture, and a vibe that's both historic and electric. We're talking centuries-old castles, bridges that'll take your breath away, and a culture that's as rich and delicious as the trdelnik you gotta try here. Buckle up, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump headfirst into the magic of Prague. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. Alright guys, first up we're on Charles Bridge, and let me tell you, this is not just any bridge. This thing is iconic, built back in the 1300s, and it's like walking through a time capsule. Seriously, the vibes here are unreal. Look at these cobblestones, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. Imagine all the stories these stones could tell. Kings and queens, merchants and artists, they've all walked this path. You can practically feel the history beneath your feet. And check out these views. The Vltava River flowing under the bridge, Prague Castle standing proud in the distance, those colorful Baroque buildings lining the banks. It's like something out of a movie set. But the real magic of Charles Bridge, it's in the details. Look closely at the statues lining the sides. Yo, we made it to Prague Castle, and this place is huge! Seriously, it's like a small city up here, sprawling across the hillside. This is the real deal, guys. The seat of Czech power for centuries, and it's every bit as grand as you'd expect. We're talking massive courtyards, towering spires, golden gates that make you feel like you're entering a kingdom. And the history here is mind-blowing. Emperors, kings, they've all ruled from this very spot. You can practically feel the weight of history in these walls. Make sure you catch the changing of the guard ceremony. It's a whole thing, super official, with the soldiers in their traditional uniforms and the crisp movements. It's like stepping back in time, and it's pretty cool to witness. But even if you're not a history buff, the views from up here are worth the trip alone. You can see all of Prague spread out before you, the red rooftops, the winding streets, the church spires piercing the sky. Get ready to be wowed, because Old Town Square is where it's at. This place is buzzing, vibrant, and absolutely stunning. We're talking colorful buildings, cobblestone streets, and that energy, that European charm you just can't find anywhere else. The star of the show here is obviously the astronomical clock. This thing is over 600 years old, and every hour on the hour, it puts on a show that'll have you glued to the spot. Skeletons chime, apostles parade. It's a whole medieval spectacle, but the square itself is an attraction. Look around. You've got street performers, artists selling their work, cafes spilling out onto the sidewalks. It's a feast for the senses, and the energy is infectious. Find a bench, grab a trdelnik, that's like a chimney cake rolled in sugar, and just soak it all in. Watch the people, listen to the music, let the spirit of Prague wash over you. Prepare to have your mind blown, because St. Vitus Cathedral is next level. This isn't just a church, guys, it's a masterpiece of Gothic architecture, towering over Prague Castle and visible from all across the city. Step inside, and you'll be greeted by soaring ceilings, stained glass windows that bathe the interior in a kaleidoscope of colors, and an atmosphere of reverence and awe. You can't help but feel a sense of peace and wonder in a space like this. This cathedral has seen it all: coronations, royal weddings, even burials of saints. It's a living testament to the faith and artistry of generations past. Take some time to admire the intricate details, the sculptures, the chapels, each one telling a story. And don't miss the St. Wenceslas Chapel. It's like a mini church within the cathedral, dripping in gold and precious stones. Talk about extra. But hey, when in Rome or Prague, I guess, right? St. Vitus Cathedral is more than just a pretty facade. Hold on tight, because we're about to hit Wenceslas Square, and this place is the beating heart of modern Prague. This isn't your typical square, guys. It's more like a grand boulevard, lined with shops, restaurants, and a whole lot of history. This is where revolutions were sparked, where the Czech people stood up for their freedom. You can feel the echoes of those historic moments in the air. But today, it's a bustling hub of activity, a mix of locals and tourists, all drawn to the energy of this iconic place. Take a stroll down the square, check out the statue of St. Wenceslas, the good King Wenceslas from the Christmas Carol, And keep an eye out for the bullet holes in the National Museum at the top of the square, a stark reminder of the fight for freedom. But don't get too caught up in the history. Wenceslas Square is also a shopper's paradise, with everything from high street brands to traditional Czech souvenirs. And when you need a break from all that walking, there are tons of cafes and restaurants where you can refuel. All right, get ready to have your mind bent, because we're about to check out the dancing house, and this building is wild. Seriously, it looks like something out of a Dr. Seuss book, all curves and twists like it's frozen mid-dance. This is Prague's most iconic piece of modern architecture, and it's not hard to see why. It's like a breath of fresh air, a playful rebellion against the traditional buildings surrounding it. The architects, Frank Gehry and Vlado Milunik, wanted to create something truly unique, and they definitely succeeded. Take a walk around the building, admire the curves, the glass, the way it seems to defy gravity. And don't miss the rooftop restaurant, which offers some of the best views in the city. The dancing house is a reminder that architecture can be fun, that it can challenge our perceptions and make us see the world in a new light. It's a symbol of Prague's creativity, its willingness to embrace the unconventional. Let's escape the crowds for a bit and head to Vyšehrad, a historic fort perched high above the city. Trust me, the views alone are worth the trip. This place is steeped in legend and history. It's said to be the birthplace of Prague, where the city's mythical founder, Princess Libus, had a vision of a great city. And while the historical accuracy is debatable, there's no denying the magic of this place. Walk through the ancient gateway, explore the Vyšehrad Cemetery, the final resting place of some of the Czech Republic's most famous artists and composers. And don't miss the Basilica of St. Peter and Paul, its twin spires a dominant feature of the Prague skyline. But the real highlight of Vyšehrad is the view. From the ramparts, you can see the entire city spread out before you, the Vltava River winding its way through the heart of Prague. It's a panorama that will take your breath away. All right, guys, buckle up because we're heading up Petřín Hill and we're doing it in style. Forget walking, we're taking the funicular, a charming little railway that's been chugging up this hill since the 1800s. The ride itself is half the fun, offering glimpses of the city through the trees. But the real reward awaits at the top. Petřín Hill offers some of the most spectacular panoramic views of Prague. And trust me, you haven't seen this city until you've seen it from here. Once you're up top, you can climb the Petřín Lookout Tower, a mini Eiffel Tower that offers even more breathtaking vistas. Seriously, you can see everything from here, the castle, the old town square, the winding river. It's the perfect spot to get your bearings and appreciate the beauty of this city. But Petřín Hill is more than just a viewpoint. There are gardens to stroll through, a mirror maze to get lost in, and even a restaurant where you can enjoy a meal with a view. Get ready to be inspired because we're about to hit up the Lenin Wall, a testament to the power of peace, love, and of course, graffiti. This isn't just any wall, guys. It's a living, breathing work of art that's been evolving for decades. Back in the 80s, during the communist regime, this wall became a symbol of hope and resistance. People started leaving messages of peace and John Lennon-inspired graffiti, defying the oppressive government. Today, the wall is a colorful explosion of art, lyrics, and messages of hope from people all over the world. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, music and art can unite us. Grab a marker, leave your own message of peace, and become a part of this ever-changing masterpiece. All right, guys, last but not least, we're finishing our Prague adventure at the National Theatre, a stunning building that's a symbol of Czech culture and pride. This place has seen it all, from operas to ballets to dramatic plays. It's a place where Czech artists have showcased their talents for over a century, and the energy here is electric. Even if you don't have time to catch a show, take a moment to admire the building itself. The neo-Renaissance architecture is breathtaking, with its golden roof, intricate sculptures, and grand staircase. It's a true architectural gem. Step inside, and you'll be greeted by opulent interiors, red velvet seats, and a sense of history that's palpable. You can practically feel the ghosts of legendary performers past. The National Theatre is a reminder of the power of art to inspire, to challenge, and to unite. And that's a wrap on Prague, guys. This city absolutely blew us away, from its stunning architecture to its rich history and vibrant culture. We hope you enjoyed this whirlwind tour of Prague's top 10 must-visit places. We know we only scratched the surface, but hopefully this video inspires you to add Prague to your travel bucket list. Trust us, it's a city you won't soon forget. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel for more travel adventures, and let us know in the comments below what your favorite part of Prague was or where you're heading next.